Evening. It's 7:30 on election day evening. What an exciting time. And we're about to start tabulating all the votes and all the work that's been going on for the last several weeks. So it's exciting times. If I could please have a motion from a board member to reconvene our meeting that went into recess this afternoon. Thank you. If I could have all in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are now back in session and I will move to Director Duncan's updates and information for the remainder of the evening.
Yes, so it is 7:30 p.m. The polls have closed. And I think Courtney can hear me this time.
I can hear you on the second floor.
Yes. So, of course, anyone who's in line right now will get to vote. So there could be some of that going on out there, but polls have officially closed. So what we are now turning towards the results part of the evening, which is very exciting. Best laid plans, however, we do have a little bit of wrench thrown into this one. We make our plans and then we adjust. But there was another county in North Carolina who had one precinct that wasn't able to open on time. In these cases, it goes to the State Board of Elections. They hold a meeting and decide whether the polls need to stay open later in that particular case or not. And they said yes in this case. So that the polls in that county for that site are going to stay open until 8:30 p.m. That has repercussions for the whole state. So because a polling location is still voting, we cannot reveal results until they are done. So normally we would start revealing whatever results we have at 7:30. We will have to wait till 8 tonight.
8:30.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. 8:30, especially since I'm saying it so loudly. 8:30 p.m. Now that doesn't mean that we wait for processing. We will still do all of our meeting. We just need to be very careful not to reveal any of the results that you might all be seeing as you're closing up things. So with that said, the flow, and again, we're going to try to go with this flow, but we might have to adjust during the meeting depending on how long things take for the early voting. So we'll start with Aaron, and now that it is 7:30, no more ballots can be accepted. And that's in any form. So walk in. We've checked the post office 3 times today, including right before closing. There is the portal, and Aaron will talk to you about that. We did have one of federal write-in. And so we'll hold that meeting, and we will also need to close the DS-200 for absentee. You might remember at the very beginning, our first absentee meeting, our 950 wasn't working. And so we had to do a DS-200 for that day. So that's that machine right there. So we'll need to close that. We also think that it would be good for you all to close the early voting machines so that because those are going to take a while, so that those can start running during the absentee meeting. It might get a little noisy, but I think that it's worth it to start running those so that we can expedite as much as possible. We have 6 of those machines and 11 early voting sites, so we'll have to do 2 rounds. Once we're done with early voting, unless it's taking a really long time, then we will do election day. And that has the benefit of keeping those results separate. Absentee, early voting, and then election day. But we can make adjustments to that if we think, oh gosh, early voting's taking extra long for some reason. We want to start posting election day results. We can do that. We have that option. But I would expect with how smooth things went out there, and having not quite the turnout that I was expecting, that the close sites will start coming in pretty early. So we could start seeing some flash drives come in here at, around 8. So those will come in, but we'll hold them until we're done with early voting. We also, you probably already noticed, have the warehouse up on the screen. So you'll start to see when the precincts start coming in. It's very nice and calm there now. It'll get really busy soon. It's so exciting over there. I'm glad I get to at least see it on the screen. And they will also be reporting to me how many precincts are coming in, and I'll report that out to you so that we can tell the progress of sites that way as well. All right, are there any questions about what we are accomplishing this evening? It's very exciting part of our evening. All right, Aaron's turn.
Did you say we're gonna close the DS2?
I was gonna say, we're gonna
Yeah.
close the DS 200. Rhea loves that microphone so much.
I know.
And Bria, am I right in narrating that you're gonna show how the close down procedure works on this machine and then the board will do that? Or is Crystal gonna do that? So the-
Yes, so
Okay,
I'm going to demo, and then after I'm done, Crystal will begin closing polls on early voting. So this is the absentee machine, gonna close polls now. This is not gonna be an exciting process, so just bear with me.
Ever work polls, have you? Post machines? Little different. It's not a real.
This is real, this is absentee, but I am demoing with absentee,
This is all absentee.
yes. This had 11 ballots from our first meeting.
Was a 950 listed.
and
it
so
will-
she's closed the polls on it, it's printing out the tapes, and there'll be a place for the board to sign to authenticate, yes, this is the tape that came out of this machine. And you'll do this same process for all of the 11 early voting sites.
Director Duncan, I do have one question. Just my idle curiosity. I know that when we print the tapes, we get 3 copies of it. And I know one of those gets posted at the voting site. And I know we see another one at Canvas. What's the third one for?
We've had requests for viewing those tapes. And so we keep one in case we have those that we can, use for public records requests.
So anybody could come in and request. Okay,
Mhm.
good. Thank you. That's really nice to know. I think it helps boost confidence. And folks can come in and look at it on their own. Thank you.
I think I'll do my neck exercise as well. Director, if we're gonna close those machines while we're doing the absentee, can we move that board so we can actually see them close it?
And we reserved this section over here for media, but we don't have any here right now, so we could move the board over here, and if they come, then we
Move
can
it.
adjust.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
20 shouldn't take us too long, but I'd like to be able to see the machines close.
It is now finished printing.
Now, this is just those 11 ballots. Where are the
Correct.
rest of the,
They are sealed in the safe.
they'd already been run, tallied out of the machine.
Yes.
Why didn't we wait to do those 11 with the others? Did them in
We-
two separate batches?
We did. We preferred to go ahead and get the 11 scanned on the machine that we did have working. Green, would you like this tape signed now or later? Okay.
Yes.
This was just that first night for absentee ballots.
The
that
other machine was
the other
down,
machine was
so-
down, so we just had this small number that came out of this machine from absentee ballots.
They're usually scanned back there on the 950s.
Yeah. The rest of the meetings, that's what we've done.
You want me to sign?
Yes, please.
You want me to sign at the top here?
Any place?
Right here.
Oh,
Yes.
I have something else to put on the
Want me to
agenda.
date it?
Um, it has a date and time stamp on, printed on the tape.
So no date.
You don't have to, but you can if you want to.
Well,
Go ahead and date it.
this one.
Can you pass that around for me, please?
But I'm just kind of curious who else was on, if we can find out who the other vendors were, why they picked.
Now, are they taking the,
You talk about the scenes?
the
Yeah,
drives,
Our
the
frame?
thumb drives to the
reframe.
warehouse
Our
first,
frame.
or are they dropping them off here?
They're dropping them off here
Well, What's
first.
keeping them so busy? What's happening with the warehouse?
The supplies go back to the warehouse.
The supplies?
Yes,
Oh,
all of the
okay.
supplies. The
So we
laptops-
have a lot that we have to do.
Yes, and the ballots.
We have,
And the book?
we have a lot that we have
All
to
of
do
it.
this evening, so I want to make sure, thank you, Glenda, that we stay on task. So let's get this tape signed and then we'll want to start the early voting sites. Because we don't want to go home at 1 o'clock in the morning.
No, we don't.
We'd like to go home before then.
I love you people, but I really want to go home.
And people are waiting on us to get these results.
That's right.
How does the press get their notifications for the results of the election so that they can have it on TV and radio tonight?
They get it just like we do through the website. That's the fastest way to see the data.
They're watching our website.
The state.
And the
board's-
state
State
board's
website.
website. Mhm. Yeah, all results feed through the state board's website.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dear.
Crystal will now begin closing early voting.
So she'll go through that same process. You can see her do it. Those tapes will print out and then they'll come around to the board and you'll sign them. So
What is Crystal printing out right now?
she is printing out the tapes for the early voting sites. So we just did absentee, now we're doing early voting.
It's not a thumb drive.
Yeah, they put the thumb drive in
In it.
those machines.
Okay.
And
well,
close the
that's-
polls.
It's a thumb drive. It's not a tape.
Well, we'll get both.
We get the tape
We'll get
after
a
the thumb
tape.
drive is
I
tabulated.
understand. Yeah. Okay.
So now we can continue with the absentee meeting.
Alright, good evening, everyone. Can everyone hear me?
Sure.
Very good, awesome. All right, so we did get some ballots this afternoon, not a ton. You still looking over here. We do have 20 total ballots. But like we said, at 7:30, that was the deadline to get it into us. So we did get one walk in the last 5 minutes. But it is a pending ballot, 'cause they didn't seal the inside envelope, so we'll handle that situation. And then with the UACAVA voters, that can submit their portal via the ballot, their ballot via the portal. And so for those, we're giving until 8 o'clock just to make sure everything's pushed through, but they do have timestamps on them of when the voter submitted it, and we'll
Okay.
make 100% sure it was 7:30 or before. So we could have a few updates come through. So my team bring them down, update the list, and so forth. And for our totals that we have in front of us right now, we do have 11 civilian ballots. We have 8 overseas and 1 military. And we can go ahead and get started on that review. And then we'll also have another new situation that we had that's called a FWAB, which is a federal write-in absentee ballot that we haven't seen in front of the board this year. And when I get that down, we will go over what's different about it. Any questions before we get started on our initial review? Awesome. Pending. Just do the same initial review we did before, and then we'll update the lists. Everything's good. I'll do a +1. All right. Our overseas specialists over here. Here's our initial 8 of those. Right here.
I'm gonna step out.
It's just the.
That's the pending, so you can take back in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's,
And then we're gonna go update it.
and we're not gonna sign that yet.
In the general election.
We don't need that.
Yeah, been there,
right?
done that.
No, we don't need to. That.
Great.
We do have our FWAB ready, Federal Write-In Application Ballot. And like I mentioned before, so this is an option for our UOCAVA voters that if they don't get their ballot to them in time and send it back, basically if they don't get it back to us, they could have preemptively sent this. And if we don't get the ballot by the deadline of 7:30 electronically, then we can go ahead and duplicate and count this ballot. And they actually they can write in the contest and who they want to vote for that contest. Thankfully, in this case, he did the entire ballot and it all made sense. So our team has duplicated it. So I can give that to Marianne and Sally to take a look and approve.
But didn't they have to duplicate?
Back in just a second. All right, I'm gonna do one more check with my team to see if the portal is clear.
Only crackles. Sally?
We had the civilian increase and the overseas also increased one. Check, so look over, make sure these are our newest ones. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Military. Receipts also. Still waiting, so bear with me for a few minutes. The portal is clear. So we're going to be doing our final scanning, and I'll bring out those lists for you guys to sign, not lists, the labels for the polybags. All right. And that should be our final absentee ballot for this election.
Thank you. We had good training on envelope
Yeah. Flick that
tapping.
wrist. Yeah,
Mhm. It's a
thing.
it's a real thing. Thank you for that, Jake.
That black book. That one didn't go either. Little black book.
Yeah, they didn't count that.
Mm-mm.
But
Confused there. Listening to every breath. To watch it or what? Well, that's probably right.
Just for the thumb drives.
Okay, get them out front and 2 people are gonna bring each one up.
Yes, yep, they'll be in a buddy system coming in here and they'll bring it to the back of that room where,
Oh,
officers.
so they won't come in our room. We won't see them.
No, well, you can see them through that window if you want to view them. Yep.
Each stick is brought down individually.
It depends on how they're coming in.
Oh.
So if there's a
But there's
whole
gonna be
bunch
two
of
people
cars,
bringing-
yep,
Yeah, no, that's fine.
yep, and
So
they'll wait, they'll have to wait for the other buddy system to come too, so that there's never anyone waiting out there alone or bringing
That's
flash
why you
drives
have
alone.
the number of people you have.
Yes. So right now, we're, getting the poly bags ready, then you'll approve these ballots that you just did. Then Bria will generate that abstract. And we'll do that part. The early voting was way quieter than I thought it was gonna be. And it's also pretty fast. I think Crystal, are you on the second group?
Second round.
Yep.
Yeah, good.
So that's going very well. So I think we are gonna be able to do the absentee, early voting and election day.
All right, we'll start by signing our results with the USB inside. And I'll give this back to Bria as soon as possible, and she can start on the closing polls process and tabulating on it.
Sally? Sally, we got one to sign. You ready to go?
I did. It's my window, didn't it? It's not by Jake's. It's your fault, Jake. Alice should have never given away that. There it is.
You keep it up, take it.
Keep it right above table.
Above the table.
Good point.
Yeah.
All right. And always, we have our original absentees that were duplicated and our scanned absentee ballots.
They call it a thumb drive.
We call it pack of gum.
Yeah, I always check to make sure it's not just a pack of gum.
One time did somebody put in a stick of gum?
Yeah.
Oh, did they? That's
Yeah.
cute. I missed that.
Yeah, they're checking to see if I checked, and I did.
That's all right there.
That was a joke for me.
Did you count 'em?
Above the table.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Chocolate. Two,
You start
three,
putting things under the table
four,
and somebody's got
five,
it.
six,
Oh my goodness.
seven, eight. I think so. Nine. Well, I'm not allergic to chocolate.
Wouldn't that be a terrible
That would
thing?
be a tough one.
You want me to sign it, close it?
No.
Do it the same way.
I just want to see what it looks like.
I got 9. Count these, please.
Okay. In there. Now, these are the absentees. From tonight.
Those
Okay.
are military. Where's in another bag? These are the 22 regulars. Oh, military.
Are you gonna sign?
Oh, this is so much about it. You counted these two?
I'll tell you, for real fun. That's.
Jake, no, interesting thing is, we count those little, and we don't count the big ones, those are the ones that were, yeah. Sorry.
Election officials pay, voter clerks.
The board is sort of paid. I wouldn't even call it that. Well, you couldn't. You wouldn't be able to on what you're doing.
This is not a thumb drive. Okay.
Yep.
And a flash drive has come in.
Who's the winner? Do we know? Which precinct? Because some of them have a real geographic advantage. Proximity. Like if it came from Stevens Lee. So, okay.
All right, that is our final signature. So if y'all would like to officially approve our 22 ballots.
What if Sally gets back?
Oh, yes, okay.
Pesky squirrels have destroyed two of my, one on the window and one on the.
All right, if I could please ask the board for a motion to accept the final ballots, absentee ballots for this election cycle as presented. Okay, all in favor, or may I have a second first,
I'll
please?
second it.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Aaron, outstanding job. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, can we find out who the local precincts are?
I will find that out. I would like to know too. So, and I'll do that right now. I'm gonna go and check in with, Bria. They'll be generating the absentee abstract. So that's that list, that handwritten list of the results. So this is the first time you're gonna see aggregated results. Remember, it's
Be
not
quiet.
8:30 yet.
Yep.
Be quiet.
hard for us.
We're a noisy bunch, so while she's doing that, I think Crystal's almost done, right? So we could start signing those early voting papers. So if you could bring those, Crystal, to the board, probably one at a time would be best, and then we could send it around around the table. And you only need to all three are connected to each other still, so you only need to sign the one of them. Okay. So the three printed out.
Yes, 3 printed out. I kept 2 and put them in bags, and then the third one would be the one.
Okay, so then they aren't connected, but we would be able to compare that they're exactly the same to the one that you signed.
Did you do that, Crystal, while you were doing it? Did you do any comparison of the other two?
I did not.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, I've always assumed that each of the 3 copies was identical myself.
Yeah, I don't.
I will
know
make
that
it
I've
that
ever-
confession
yeah,
right now.
I don't know that I've ever looked at each one and
Yeah.
made sure that they all 3.
I have, but I'm upset.
The machine does not make mistakes. We don't think,
We hope not.
right?
You tell nobody else here's the program.
Be pretty hard to make that mistake
No, it
once
wouldn't.
though, but it would be across the board. All of them would have the same mistake.
Not necessarily.
How would that work? How would you have a program error that would only be?
Is this the next one? Why does it have to be called? Good explanation, good reason.
Updated at the same time.
Right, right.
Once again, it depends on who's doing the update. Third part of the time.
End of the road.
A time bomb?
In the code,
Yeah, the time. Mhm.
All right, board, that abstract is being generated and they can't tell you who the first one that came in is because 21 have come in already.
Wow.
So they're doing great out there.
That's a lot. 25% of it,
well, that's probably all the ones.
or smaller ones. It's hard to know for sure about that.
Probably have to be ones.
Did I sign that?
Yes.
Would you just pass it on?
No, I got to reading the tape and I wouldn't.
Hmm.
closed.
Mike's sitting there. Why do we have two colors now?
Oh, it looks like we're waiting on a few of the early voting to be signed. Is that right, Glenda?
I'm signing the last one.
Okay, great. So when Glenda gets that signed, we have the absentee abstract ready. And Bria will show that to you all, and she will also be the notary for that one.
So we'll have our certified, not certified, but we'll have our total tonight, right now, when this is done. Just for the early voting.
No, we'll have
have
it all. We'll
everything.
have everything.
So
signed.
the,
Right now.
Oh,
I
just
think,
by the
yeah,
minutes for
I
the
think
absentee.
I think she's asking about the abstract, and the abstract is absentee only.
Mhm.
So you'll see those aggregated results right now. And then Bria will take back the tapes as well. And I think then you'll upload early voting results, correct, Bria? Mhm.
Um,
30,000.
Yep, 30,700
12.
I think it was 70, maybe 73
73,
with same day registration.
Oh,
30,000, 773.
And that was a point in time number too, so it could be different. Okay, so Glenda has signed the last tapes. Now Bria will present the absentee abstract.
I have the abstract and a printout of the absentee results. I have 3 copies. So I'm gonna give
Yep.
these so you guys can pair up,
Craig, would you do it?
compare, make sure that I wrote down the numbers correctly. Okay.
Yep, and just so that the public and people watching us know what we're doing. So we have a handwritten abstract and the printed results. So the board is looking at those two to make sure that those match.
These numbers.
Let me check these as we go. This one. We just- Were they two together? Yeah, that's right. Okay, now we're going. But what we haven't done. is this. So let's pick one or the other and go through the list. Alright,
So what we got here is.
so let's just go on this list off.
Democrat, US House
Check
of
them off.
Representatives.
Yeah. Right, we've done that one. Now we're
There it
going
is.
to.
That should have been.
We're going to do list.
These things are under votes.
Yeah.
So whatever. I just want to know which one. Oh. Do you have one more?
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good one.
Just put it on the front.
No, so the first 6 go into the general. Maybe.
Well, this is just.
Yeah.
Got yours?
I think they want all 3 of these signed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the 90 page on top. Hey. Got 7 minutes, man.
Those polls closed in Halifax County.
Very, very transparent.
I don't envy you that though, because things can happen.
I love my TV. For my government job. So they've just checked the same thing. So this should be all safe. You're doing the doubles. Look at the computer line. But I'm looking at the bottom strip. Yeah, Zoom workplace, you got, I knew I recognized it, so that's not gonna go away, right? That those things are on the bottom.
So 11 precincts are in at the warehouse. Yes, yep, and that was a little bit ago, a few minutes ago, so there's probably more at this point. The flash drives, mm-hmm. Yep, those come first.
Where we are with that? Yeah.
I could
That's
get
okay.
an update, but they probably will chase me out of that
Yeah,
room
that's
at this point.
Yeah, we don't want that.
At this
Okay.
point, they're gonna say, nice try, but we're not ready.
So when they bring the blue boxes.
Ballots are in the blue box, the red boxes
Okay,
are.
I know, but where do they go? They go in a special.
The which?
The
When
blue
they-
the ballots in the blue boxes, where do they go? They go
Green.
in an envelope.
Where does the ballots in the blue box go when they bring those in?
So upstairs in the warehouse, there's a secure room. So it goes up the elevator into the secure room that has camera and badge, kind of like these rooms
Okay. Are
at
they
the
put in
warehouse.
an envelope for that voting?
Are they left in
Um,
the-
There's too many to go in an envelope, so they stay in a sealed ballot box.
Is that
So
the
a
red
box,
box,
the-
it stays sealed in there, or
There, it's the black box. Yeah, black
Is
box
it like this
inside.
big?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah, it's a
big
big size.
square.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It doesn't take up that much room. Not as much room as the blue box.
80 of them do take up a lot of room, but but yes,
Okay.
not as big as the red ones.
And each one is labeled for the area, the precinct that voting.
when you say the blue box, is that the same size ballot box that are in the BS 200s, or? are they-
They're smaller. Yeah, they're the black, like they're canvas folding one that can be sealed.
Okay.
Okay, so you've signed the abstract. Bree is going to upload those results. She'll bring those out to you, then she'll do early voting, bring those out, and then election day. We are doing fantastic on time.
You and the staff, having things go so smoothly.
Yep, this is going great.
It really is.
And as was pointed out earlier, I didn't know if the public heard or not, but we're past 8:30, so releasing results is just fine. There's nothing on the website yet. I'm clicking refresh, because Brio is uploading them right now.
Right.
So we'll see absentee first.
And it is a requirement that Bria create a handwritten one to match the other one.
Because the first one comes out, from the computer, so she's got to then write it out as well.
I'm all for changing the law.
I know, it's pretty silly, really, but
But the report that we get out of the cabinet does give us input. We do not know what the actual-
That's true.
well, you'd have to add that, like,
Yeah, you'd have to put that on the. actual,
Right.
I don't think
they're
will.
gonna do that. That's the only thing, that's true.
But for me, especially the overvotes are important.
Well, I kind of
We
think
did
the
see one
undervotes,
overvote.
well, I don't think that's gonna work.
Now, I don't think we will see any overvotes because they're all using express vote. Now, we'll
You
check
mean
it.
for early vote?
Oh, I'm sorry. for early
Yeah,
vote,
yeah.
We used to have overvotes like crazy.
It's true. That's gonna cut all that down.
And then the board sometimes would have to determine voters' intent.
Yeah.
Bria, did you take the right one off for some reason?
Tried it.
Oh, okay. I thought you had lost
Do you
it.
have your shoes on yet?
Oh, she does.
Yeah.
She's
got
got
your
her
shoes
shoes
on?
on. I've already seen them. I like them.
Those shoes are favorites.
Did you have those shoes made or did you find them like that? Yeah. Wow.
I can appreciate that.
Whether they were the right size.
Well, at least she's not like me when I find a pair I like, I usually buy.
6 of them, right?
She's walking around with her toes curled under her nose like that. She had too small of a shoe.
Yeah, I've learned to do that much.
What?
When
Oh,
I
yeah.
get a shoe I really like, then
And
we'll
you-
be out of stock.
And well, they don't make, you used to be able to buy penny loafers every year or a certain shoe you can't do it anymore.
Devin is uploading the results.
Okay. Do I get to keep this? Like it.
You like it? It was 213,000 registered votes. You looking at the district attorney?
No, I haven't.
This is absentee. This is just absentee. Yeah. That's what we just signed. Did we just do that? Okay. She hasn't got the total yet.
6.
Yeah.
Okay, board.
So you're reviewing those results. Early voting is being uploaded now, so those ones will be the next ones. You'll get the same report, but the early voting section will be filled out. We have submitted those results to the state board. I don't see them posted yet, but the whole state is trying to do this, so it might take, oh, there they are.
Good.
So the absentee results are posted.
Okay.
So early voting will be next. That shouldn't take too long. And then Devin just updated me that we only have 5 flash drives left from election day to come in. So we're doing very, very well.
What is the margin on all the choices for moving forward?
If there's a,
So are you guys looking at DA?
well, there's a couple of them that are close, but yes,
So
Judge.
city council does not have second primary, so
Right.
they're just
it's
top.
just the top
It's just top
6.
six.
Yep. The local ones are 30%. And then 40% for the state.
Which for state races, it has to be
40.
40%.
Maggie gave me another update from the warehouse. We have 27 precincts in at the warehouse.
On the Asheville City Council, do they have to vote for all 3? To have a vote count?
Ink dried. One take at the end gets a generous offer to get soup. Go with what they have. That's a nice farm. Okay. Well, it's two tickets, so. Oh. It is my son used to work. My daughter. Yeah, and. I'll tell you. Yes. The chairman of I don't know if I can do that data retrieval. It's in there. That I would have. Because Clinton was president. When she got appointed. Okay. Yeah. He was the attorney. Well, yeah, because.
Oh, it what? The wiring?
Super. Yeah, yeah. they got it. Oh, whoa. Oh, can somebody please let Brenda in?
Got it. I'm on it.
There's a lock on that that can be.
All right.
But does it work?
Another update from the warehouse. There are 42 precincts in now. So at this pace, I think we're gonna finish early voting upload. I checked in with Devin, maybe 15 minutes, we'll get that. And then we can kind of decide if we want to head over to the warehouse. I am trying to move the media availability to the warehouse. It's at 10 PM. I think that would be a better location for that. So we can make that decision after the early voting results are handed out. But that is an option. We're doing fantastic.
So are the words.
Okay, just kidding. It wasn't 15 minutes. It's now. This is wonderful.
Here she
Surprise
is.
after surprise.
Thank you. Early voting.
2 at the top of the page.
All right, the early voting results that you have in front of you have posted to the website. So now we'll start on election day.
Right now, people are, okay, when's election day?
And last I checked with Devin, we just had one flash drive left to come in. I did see someone come through the door, so they may have been taking that last flash drive. At 8:50, Nagy had reported that, at 9:01, 6 minutes ago, Nagy reported that there were 42 in, so a little over half.
Well, some of them have a drive. And some of them are faster at packing up than others. Yeah, reasons.
UNC. Oh, I'm sorry, yes, I'm sorry.
Yes, you can. Certainly in this city.
Yeah, be careful.
This guy has separate records for 3 point.
Mhm. Mhm.
In the first half, he was 0 for 5. 1 for 7. So. My kids do license plate. That's my son's name, it's kind of. Oh, okay. I'm so excited for those kids in their fans.
Oh.
Did you just get me? Let's go, you guys hired fellas. Well, you know, I've learned to just take straight cut. What I'm glad. Let's speak to that. What can help you. My friends are down there now. Yeah, yeah. They've been traveling around. Sarasota. Over on the Gulf side. Yeah, I want to do that. One of the reasons I want the basket primaries in May instead of like total. I'd love to go down there with my son and my brother, and actually my niece. She
That was fun. You get to vote for city council.
That's hard. I didn't figure out what to think.
Yeah. I heard one of the candidates on the radio. It's a really good ad. But I never could catch his name. Heard it 3 times.
Yeah, I wonder who
He
had
sounded
enough,
like a good
I
candidate.
wonder who had enough money to do radio.
I don't know. Let me see if I can figure out who it was. It may have
Lost
been Blake
Sally.
Butler.
And Blake has been on this. He was the chairman of the.
Is he a businessman?
Like, he was doing a radio show with Leslie Gretsch. I don't know. But I know he's. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Because he used to.
Yeah. I don't think it was Keith Young. Do you know Keith Young?
He was elected in 2015. No,
How do you pronounce Maggie Ullman?
oh, yeah, I don't know about that.
Berthiaume.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. And I want you to know. Everybody calls her Maggie Oldman. Nobody tries.
Nobody knew.
Nobody tries. Her husband's.
Berthiaume. Berthiaume.
Okay, board. So I think we're at a decision-making point now. So we have one flash drive that is coming in. It's 35.1. They're having trouble finding 35 Woodfin. We have the tracker on them, though. We can see where they are. So we're trying to reach them by phone to help them. We can see that they're lost. So, so
35-1 is Black Mountain, so if they had a trip to.
that's true. That makes sense. So they will get here. Devin has started uploading the election day results. So if you, yep, we've got early voting up. So now we're uploading those first batches. Sorry. Yes, yep, precinct at a time. And so, you know, we can head over to the warehouse now. We can answer any questions. I don't know if you want what the board would like. In the past, we've kind of seen, yep, flash drives have come in, process is going well. They haven't started uploading, we can head to the warehouse. And then they can bring the results to us. And of course, we'll just keep checking online. So we could make that transition now. Okay. So just like we do for the machine testing, we would be adjourning from the warehouse. Yes, but we will adjourn from the warehouse, so we won't come back into session here. But the public is welcome to come to the warehouse with us. So the 1 o'clock meeting tomorrow is in case there are any provisionals that have photo ID exception forms. The board has to review those. And Gabrielle is saying that the provisional team that actually is standing, they're the closest team there in front of us on the camera. They do have those, so we will have that. Mhm.
All right, so if I could please have a motion from this location. Everyone is head.
So moved.
All in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Any opposed? Please vote.
Be there or be square.